Welcome to Rebuilding Generations. Today we're over at Modern Driveline. We have Jim Smart here, going to be doing some tech articles on the car for some of the different installations we're going to be doing. So, tonight we're going to be doing the rear end provided to us by Strange Engineering. So we're going to go over here and talk to Bruce for a few seconds and see what's going on over here. Bruce, thanks again for all the hospitality.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we appreciate the use of the shop and helping these kids with all the different projects. So tonight we got the rear end we're working on with the rear suspension, and so let's go over and talk to the kids and see what we got going on.
All right.
So over here we've got a few of the guys. We've got Riley, Jerry, Colby, and Landon, and little David over here, and I do mean little David. So what they're doing right now, why don't you tell us, Riley, what you're doing right quick?
Loosen up the brake lines.
Which brake line is that?
It's e-brake.
Emergency brake, you're right. So what we're doing is we're getting all the pre-stuff done on the prep for the car. So we've got Riley going to be working on removing the emergency brake lines. We've got all new brake lines from Willwood that they've provided for us, so we figured it's best just to remove all the old stuff, put all the new stuff in this car. We've already removed the shocks and some of the brake parts from the rear end, and just a few minutes you're going to watch us go ahead and take out the rear end. Welcome back. Right now what we have is we have Bruce over here and the guys removing the rear end of the car. Come on over and take a look. Let's find out what they got going on over here. So at this point they got the shackles loose on the vehicle. We've got the jack stand underneath holding the rear end up and everything. They're getting the front bolts out of the leaf springs. We should be able to have this rear end dropped in just a few minutes. Alrighty, what we got, this rear end is free, it is loose, it's coming down. We've got the new rear end inside from Strange Engineering. We've got the suspension from Total Control Products out here. So in just a few minutes, we're going to get ready to do the install of the whole new rear end and suspension in this car, and it's going to be amazing. All right, right now we got Jerry and little David Cordova in here. He's working on getting the shocks mounted in. We've got the rear end completely out of the car. So let's take a look and check in on these guys and see how they're doing. Hey, Bruce is over here supervising for us. Russ is in here. Russ, how are they doing?
Doing great. It's gonna be a while.
Think it's gonna take some time?
Yep.
Having a little complications here?
Those nylon lock washers are real tough to turn in tight places.
Yeah. How are we going in here, Jerry? We doing a good job?
Doing a great job. We don't have a quarter of a turn. That lock nut is so tight that it's just beyond comprehension.
Awesome. We got someone down there holding it, or
No, I've got.
you got the pliers on? Okay, we got that going good. All right. David, how you doing in there?
Pretty good.
Good job. And Bruce is going to explain to you the problem we got going on over here.
Problem we have, if you want to call it a problem, is the top.
If you
of
want to
the-
edit that out, no problems.
The challenge we have with the shock is we have flats at the end of the shock, and what we're having to do is hold on to the end while getting the nut on. So what we're doing now is we're holding on to this while turning it inside the frame. So we can only turn the wrench so much at any given moment.
And as you can see, tight space they're working in here. Quite complicated to get in there, but you know, when you're doing a restoration, guys, these are some of the issues that you're going to come up with and some of the things that you got to work through, and this is part of the fun of doing it.
Fun?
Yeah, it's fun. Of course it's fun.
It's fun, everybody. You hear that?
Jim loves it. Jim thinks it's fun, right, Jim? Lynn thinks it's fun. One of the cool things about when you're doing a restoration on a car, for me, is I like to do a lot of changes in all the nuts and the bolts. But we got one of our suppliers, Industrial Hardware here in Boise, Idaho, was really cool at hooking us up. As you can see, we've got all kinds of different bolts here. I'm a big fan of using the grade A's for a lot of the stuff we're doing, using the zinc coating. As you can see here in the motor, you can come up here, if we can get a close-up up here, you can see we replaced everything up here with the zinc as well. Grade A bolts on everything. So, you know, it just is that little extra touch that when you're building the car, those little things that, in the details that really make a difference in what you're doing. So, little helpful tip, you guys, you know, take the extra time. It's not a lot of money. You know, they were kind to us. We got all of this here for about 16 bucks from them. So, you know, $16 in the grand scheme of things. It takes that little effort to make the car what it is going to be. All right, what we got here now is we've got the guys going ahead and putting in the shackles, getting the bushings put in here. So let's take a look and watch and see what there's going on. We've got Jim over here photographing for Mustang Monthly and some of the magazines he's going to be working with. Glenn, what do you think's going on, man? How are you thinking about this? How are you feeling about this? How are you thinking about this, huh?
You know, I just ate.
Did you really?
I just ate.
We do feed him every now and then.
I think this is an interesting part because so often you lube the wrong part,
Yes.
and that's
Okay. Alrighty. We got Dean over here. He's doing a little photography work too. Russ hates to be on camera, so anytime we have the camera going, Russ is always turning away. Riley, how are you thinking about this today? How are you enjoying this? I can't talk today.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's pretty fun.
Riley's kind of a loud guy. He talks a lot, so today he's kind of being really quiet.
You know what? You don't harm me.
We got the axle up in the air. We got David and Jerry over there getting the leaf springs set up and got it through the bushings. We're getting ready to bring the axle down, line it up with the leaf springs, and get the U-bolts on and get things going.
So this can go over a little bit.
I need to go over there.